Welcome to the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. Here's your host, Brien Hanley.
Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Big B, Brien Hanley. Welcome back to Big 12 Insiders. Voice is starting to get a little bit better. You know, it's last couple of days, it's been touch and go, but it's starting to get a little bit better. So football season is also right around the corner. Thank goodness. Just a couple more weeks, and we are going to have some college football. The Big 12 kicks it off. Cannot wait for college football to get going. But today we are continuing our series on the best game in the Big 12 week by week as we see it today. And again, we know all of this more than likely is going to change as the season goes on. Teams are better than what we think. Teams are worse than what we think. So a lot is going to change. But as we sit here today, these are the games that we are picking. So we are at week 13. And this week, there is a lot going on as far as road tests. But before we get into any of that, ladies and gentlemen, remember, like, follow, subscribe, continue to get in the comments section. But most importantly, hit that notification bell so you know exactly when Big 12 Insiders content comes out. So taking a look at this. So like I mentioned, this is a week of, you know what? We got a better roster. We've got a better team, but we got to go on the road. And as we know, football, especially college football, is so much about, momentum swings and emotion, tons of emotion in college football. And going on the road is never easy, especially in this conference where, again, a team could be picked finish last, can win the damn league. So, going on the road is absolutely no easy task, not anywhere, but I think in the Big 12, it especially rears its ugly head. So a couple of games that we have. First, Baylor, they play against Arizona. They're a better team, better roster, but it's on the road, So can you go handle your business, Baylor, on the road? But that's not the best game of the week. BYU going to Cincinnati. Now, again, you look at this on paper, even with BYU breaking in a new quarterback, better roster, better team, but it's on the road, And I do think Cincinnati is going to be a little bit better than maybe what people anticipate. So, and maybe BYU ends up being a little worse. I don't know. But again, the game's on the road. Still not the best game. Arizona State, Colorado, better team. Arizona State has the better team, the better roster. But again, on the road. And depending on how good Colorado actually is, the game could be at night, which brings another element into play on going to play Colorado, because that place tends to be rocking when the game's at night. TCU playing Houston. First of all, it's somewhat of a revenge game because Houston blew the doors off of TCU on the road last year. And Houston's going to be a better football team. I'm telling you right now, people, they are going to be better. But again, on paper, you look at it, TCU, better roster, better team, but it's on the road. Tough to win on the road, man. It is just tough to win on the road. Now you look at Kansas playing against Iowa State. Now this one, Iowa State's at home. Iowa State's got the better roster. But we think Kansas is going to have a bounce back year. I do too. So tough game, but this one, Iowa State's at home. Oklahoma State, UCF. Now, I don't know who's going to be favored in this football game. I really don't. I don't see that many wins for UCF this year. I don't. You look at their schedule, I'm just not positive. I'm not even sure that they're going to upset somebody in the Big 12 that they shouldn't upset. I just don't think the roster in Scott Frost's first year back is going to be conducive to that, but we'll see. You never know. Again, this league is crazy. And Oklahoma State, I don't expect a ton. I do believe that they'll get back to a bowl game. I think Mike Gundy's embarrassed by what happened last year. So I think they can get back to a bowl game. But them being on the road, it'll be a tougher game, but maybe not expected to win. We'll see how the season plays out. But the best game of this week, of week 13 in the Big 12, and maybe the best game within the conference all year long, is Kansas State against Utah. Traveling Kansas State, I don't know if you would say they have the better roster. You would think maybe they do have the better team. Who knows? But I know how good Utah is supposed to be. I do know that. I know that playing at Utah is, the last time Kansas State went to go play a team in Utah, it didn't turn out well. And I understand that was BYU. You think it's easy to go to Rice-Eccles Stadium and play Utah? Hell no. But I do think it's going to be the game of the week because I think these two teams are going to be outstanding. I think they're going to be outstanding. This late in the year, like I said, week 13, very well might decide who's going to Arlington. Very well might decide who's going to Arlington. Might be an elimination game. I expect both teams to play well throughout the season. And I really want to see it. I'll be honest with you. I want to see. Utah's offense, look, they're putting too much emphasis, I think, on what happened with Utah's offense last year. They just didn't have a quarterback. They didn't. And when you don't have a quarterback to give you competent play, they act like everything a part of that had to do with Utah's offense was bad. That's not true. That's simply not true. But when your quarterback play is well below average, it's hard for you to do anything else against good football teams. It just makes it difficult. And that was the case. And that's supposed to be fixed this year. Now, again, on paper, it looks like it could be. Still have to get things done, but I've said this many times, and until I'm proven otherwise, I'm going to continue to say it. I think Utah's got the best line in the country. Not the best line in the Big 12. I think they have the best line in the country. So when you're dealing, because I think they have the best player in the country. I've said that. I think they have the best player in the country. Period. End of story. I think he could be the number one pick in the draft. That's it's just that simple for me. I really believe that. He's that good. But you got to have the quarterback play. As far as Kansas State is concerned, yeah, Kansas State's got to figure some stuff out on their line, replace some secondary guys. But Kansas State's supposed to have a good team. Avery Johnson, Dylan Edwards. They got a brand new receiving core, but they brought back the best receiver that they had. He didn't leave. Retooled offensive line. Supposed to be better. Different play caller. Maybe a little bit more imaginative. Same thing with the defense. Same play caller, putting in a different philosophy. We'll see a lot of things, a lot of different things from Kansas State this year. Can't wait to see this football game. Going to be incredible. But for me, yeah, that's the best game. Again, not just the best game in week 13. This very well, people, might be the best game in the entire Big 12 all year long. That's how good I think both of these teams will be. So appreciate you guys, man. Thank you as always. It's getting closer. It really is getting closer. Football is right around the corner. Cannot wait. I will talk to you guys soon.
Thank you for watching the Big 12 Insiders, your Big 12 sports show. This has been a Spirit Street production.